Welcome, BwolfTheWolfettes. We are back with the brilliant lawn mowing simulator on the PlayStation 5, and I hope you guys and girls are having an absolutely fantastic day. Now today we're going to be jumping into this fantastic game. We've got 3 modes we can choose from. You've got free mode, where you can choose from any selection of gardens that you've already unlocked and proceed to cut the grass with different rules implemented to make it easier or harder depending on what kind of time you want to have. You've then got challenge mode, which basically turns this game into bloody Elden Ring, and you've then got career mode, where you can build up your very own grass cutting empire in the UK. You can upgrade your headquarters, you can buy more lawn mowing equipment, you can make a company logo, a company uniform, you can hire new employees, and you go and do many different contracts. It's an absolute hoot. So I think what we're going to do today is we are going to jump into career mode. We're going to play this for a bit, and then if you guys and girls enjoy it, maybe I will jump into challenge mode where we can get extremely angry. But let's get straight into things. We're going to create a brand new save. Would you like to turn off tutorials? No, I'm going to leave tutorials on purely because the buttons are very, very easy to forget in this game. Okay, let's get started. Career mode. In this mode, you create your own lawn mowing company and build up its reputation. As you expand your company, you can hire employees, purchase more mowers, and unlock new contracts. But first, your company needs setting up with a name, logo, and uniform. Lovely jubbly. Now, I think I'm going to have a lot of trouble thinking up a company name. Off camera, my company was named We Love Weeds. So that was a fantastic name, but unfortunately, there is a character limit, so some of the cool names you think of, you can't actually use. I was thinking of naming my company The Brazilians, just because you know how the ladies like to trim their carpets and they go completely bald and it's called a Brazilian. I was thinking that would be hilarious, but if I call myself The Brazilian and then a white dude turns up, they're going to be very confused. So I think, man, this is when I wish I was live streaming, because you guys and girls would probably have some fantastic names for me. Alright, what about... I mean, I might get arrested for this name because they might think I'm selling drugs, but what about Weeds Are Us? Like Toys R Us. Weeds Are Us. What would our initials be? WRU. Weeds Are Us. I'm going to call myself Weeds Are Us. I don't want to spend too long trying to figure out a name, so I'm just going to go with Weeds Are Us. If you guys and girls don't like it, I do apologise, but that's what my name's going to be, and you're going to have to bloody deal with it. Company logo. Alright. There's not really many options to choose from, unfortunately. That's one thing I'm not a fan of, especially when it comes to making your main character. It's basically, do you want to be a man or a woman, or do you want to be white, black, or Asian? And that's basically the end of the customization. I think I'm going to go with this one. This looks like a very clean, crisp logo, doesn't it? Yeah, look at that. That's beautiful, ain't it? Okay, right. We're going to edit our player now. On this screen, you can customize your in-game appearance of your player avatar, as well as their physical appearance. You can change the color of the company uniform and your company and where your company logo is displayed. All right. Player name. I mean, normally I would name my character BwolfTheWolf, just because, you know, that's my name in real life, basically. My nickname, I should say, not my real name. But I think I might go with my name. Obviously, my real name is David, if you guys and girls didn't know. I'm going to call myself Dave, because what better name for somebody that's going to turn up at your house and cut your grass? Somebody named Dave turns up, you know they're going to do a good job cutting your grass. It's just how it is. Same as if they turned up and their name was like Gary. You know they're going to do a good job. That's just how it is. Okay, there we go, Dave. Lovely. Man, Macabre Gamer calls me Dave a lot. Git, it's BwolfTheWolf. Flipping call me Dave. Player avatar. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. It's basically, look, do you want to be black? Do you want to be woman and black? Do you want to be, I guess that's supposed to be Asian? What the hell is that? That's an alien. That's not anything. That's an alien in disguise. I think we might have to go with this one. I think this is oh, Jesus Christ, look at that. Oh, I suppose you do have a few more selections then. This does look like a bit of a dive, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh my, what's the matter with the ladies in this game? I suppose if I picked this guy, I could have been the Brazilian. But I don't think there's enough characters to name myself that anyway. I think I'm going to go with this one. I'm going to go with this one. Hat colour. Do I have to wear a hat? I'm going to have my my uniform somewhat green, purely because if I do a bad job and I accidentally take down Margaret's tulips and she comes out with a rolling pin to beat me up, if I'm wearing green, I can camouflage in the grass and then I won't get beaten up. Look like I'm getting ready for the bloody army, don't I? Front and back, yeah, we're going to have the logo on the front and back. This is what it looks like as my character slowly rotates. There you go. I want to make some merchandise that looks like that, with a logo on the front and back. How about a nice white? That looks pretty good, doesn't it? But if we put white on it, it's going to make it very hard for us to camouflage. But it also matches that leaf. We're going to make it white. That looks pretty damn good, doesn't it? Look at them gloves he's got on. They're basically the gloves I wear for Wolf Quest. Okay, have we done everything? I think we have. Yep. Sorted. Are you happy with your company's setup? Select accept to start or back if you want to make more changes. Accept. Okay, test drive career mode. Now you have a company of your own, you need your first vehicle to get cutting. Select a vehicle from the list below and take it for a test drive. Okay, this vehicle is equipped with a collector deck type. That means as you cut with it, the grass clippings are sucked up into the vehicle's hopper. No piles of grass clipping will be left unless you overload the engine or your hopper is full. Okay, I think it's going to give me a description for each of the different first lawnmowers you can buy. But I'm going to select this one straight away because this is the one that I plan on buying. I just like having the hopper on the back that collects all of the grass for me. So we're going to go with this one. Do I have to test drive it or can I just buy it? Alright, it looks like we have to test drive it. Are you sure you want to test drive the Stiga Estate 4084H? Yes, I do. Lovely, get into some action now. Start cutting a few bits of grass. Here you can familiarise yourself with a particular vehicle in conditions similar to a real contract. Approach the vehicle and get on it. Alright. Lovely jubbly. One thing I will say though, not only is the main menu music absolutely sublime, I tell you what, Lawn Mowing Simulator developers, I think it's Skyhook Games if I remember correctly, the soundtrack for the intro and for the main menu is sublime. Now that is the kind of music you could play in a club and people would get down to it. I'll tell you that right now. I tell you that right now. The main menu music is phenomenal. Very loud though, that's one thing I do have to do quickly. What am I looking for? Audio adjustments. I'm going to turn down the master volume a little bit because this game is very, very loud. Yeah, I'm going to put it on about 6 because the cutting of the grass is very loud and the music is very loud. Hopefully I haven't made it too quiet, but let's jump on the lawnmower and let's get busy. So when you cut the grass in this game, you've got to set your blades to various different lengths depending on what the client wants. You also have to make sure you check the ground for anything that might damage your blades. You also need to not bump into anything because you get a collision fine, and you also need to make sure you don't take down grandma's tulips because that will also give you a fine. There's a few things you need to pay attention to, and as you progress through the game it gets more and more challenging. Once you're on your vehicle you need to get it started and onto the grass. Each vehicle is slightly different to get going. Follow the steps to get it started at the bottom of the screen. Yeah, I will be following that tutorial because I always start the vehicle wrong. Right, so we hold square and then we need to turn on the vehicle's throttle by pressing left. Lovely. And then we can drive over to the grass now. With the vehicle started, take a moment to get used to it, then drive over to the grass and you can start cutting. Yeah, I'm already used to this bad boy. I've done about 4 missions off camera. I'm a master with this one. Okay. Obviously you've got a fuel tank because this is a simulator, so you'll need to refill your lawnmower with fuel if it gets low. If you break the blade, you need to replace it, which is obviously going to cost you money. If your hopper on the back gets full, you need to go over to those little bags over there and dump your grass in it. Make sure it doesn't overflow because the grass will fall on the floor, creating clippings that you're going to need to clean up. Okay, once on the grass, you need to get your deck ready by first setting the cut height and then engaging the cutting blades. You should only ever turn on your blades when on grass, otherwise you will damage them and affect the ability to cut. Well, obviously, I'm not a twat, mate. Okay, what is the height of this grass? Okay, they want to have the cut between 5 and 6 centimetres. So we're going to put it on 6 centimetres. And we're going to press square. When on contracts, you will be required to cut the grass to a certain height. Each contract will have its own height the grass needs to be cut to. Set your cut height within the range of 5 to 6 centimetres and cut 20% of the grass. I wish it was only 20% of the grass, it'd be a lot easier. While cutting, you can track your progress with the bar in the top right. The progress bar shows you how much of the required amount you have cut. Grass cut at the correct height fills the bar white. Grass that is cut too short fills the bar with red. Okay, and if you press, what is it, R3? It's not letting me do it at the moment, but if you press R3, you can basically highlight the grass with this white light, so you know any little straggly bits of grass you might have missed. You don't really have to do a good job on this bit because this is just basically a test drive, so you can simply just drive around in circles if you want. Actually, don't drive around in circles. That's another thing I've noticed. If you drive around in circles and you have your steering wheel on full lock and you basically start doing donuts, you'll damage the grass and the mud, so you'll get a fine. So don't do that either. You've got to drive around very carefully in this game and don't bump into things, and also pay attention so you're not driving too quick as well. If your speedometer goes near that red bit, it's going to start getting angry at you. Not sure why, but it does. I guess you're driving too fast and the blades can't keep up, I guess. We're just going to have to drive around until we get 20%. To be honest, I wouldn't have bothered doing this, to be honest. I would have just bought the lawnmower and started the main contracts, but I think you have to do this. I don't think I'm driving that quick, come on. By holding, there you go, by holding, is it R3 or L3? Yeah, there you go, it is R3. And the thing is though, I wish you could do this whilst you were cutting the grass. Because sometimes it's a bit of a nightmare to find a straggler, especially if it's a really, really big bit of grass you need to cut. Sometimes it could be like behind a hill and you can't even see. So you have to drive all the way over to that location just to press R3 and check. Bit of a nightmare, bit of a pain in the butt, but it's all good. Most of the time you need to cut like 99% of the grass and stuff like that, or 99 point something. So if you do leave the odd little straggler, it's not too bad. Just don't leave like long streaks of grass or you're going to have a rough day. Because this game starts off relatively peaceful, you know, you just drive around, you're cutting the grass. You do generally have a time limit where you need to cut the grass within a certain time limit, but if you do go over that time limit, it doesn't matter, it just means that you won't get a bonus at the end. But it starts off relatively chill, but then you start getting towards the end of the mission where you need to pull out the strimmer and start cutting around the grass that's near the bushes and near the plants and stuff, and that's when the game turns into Elden Ring and you get very stressed and very sweaty, because you know that for some reason your thumb's going to just have like a seizure or something and you're going to accidentally push your strimmer into one of Grandma bloody Gladys's tulips and she's going to get furious and fine you. So this game does start off so peaceful, but it takes a nosedive very quickly and becomes Elden Ring. Especially if you are trying to finish it in a time limit and you're on like 95% and you've got like 2 minutes left. You start panicking and then you rush, and that's when you end up mullering a flower. But yeah, I reckon this is going to be a relatively chill playthrough. I don't think I'm going to do a full playthrough until we've like got the ultimate headquarters and the most highly rated grass cutting business in the land, but we will play it for a bit. So these games generally seem to do okay on my channel, especially House Flipper. And this is in the same sort of vein as House Flipper. Now look at this. Look at this. I'm not sure why the grass isn't loading over there. Got quite a bit of the old popping going on at the moment. But one thing I will mention whilst I'm cutting this grass, how much we've got left. Man, we've only done 11%. I thought we were pretty close to 20% by now. But one thing I will mention, you're overloading your engine. Yep, I know. I don't know how I was going too quick. But you see that little bit of grass there. Leaving little lines like that could be an absolute nightmare. So you want to try your best not to do that. I do it quite regularly, so apologies in advance, but you want to try not to do it. Because those are the bits of grass that are going to screw you over right at the end of the mission when you've got a few minutes left and you need to finish off the last few percent. But recently, I saw the Lego Toolneck. I think Macabre Gamer might have tagged me in it earlier this year. And I thought to myself, you know what, I'm going to get that and I'm going to have my very first Lego set and I'm going to build it on YouTube. But then I saw the price of it and I was like, no way am I spending £70 on a Lego set. Because I know Lego sets are always expensive. That's why I could never get them when I was a kid, because we couldn't afford them. But I thought, you know what, depending on the price, we're going to get this one and we're going to build it on YouTube. But it was £70 and I thought, nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not spending £70 on a bunch of Lego. But then I changed my mind because I made a bit more money through YouTube. I think I got a bit more money through AdSense and that, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to save it up for a bit and then I'm going to buy it and I'm going to unbox it on YouTube and we're going to do like a build. But then it went out of stock. Literally was out of stock on the day it went out, so I couldn't buy it. But I managed to find one in stock again for the normal retail price, not the buffed up bloody eBay prices. So I managed to buy one and it's now arrived. It arrived yesterday at the time of recording. So yeah, it should be a video relatively soon. My channel members will already know this, but there'll be a video relatively soon of me both building the Lego Toolneck, a live build with just real-time building, and then probably a second video where I do like a cool little time lapse of the construction. I reckon it's going to be pretty good. It's only like 1,000 and something pieces, so it's not like a humongous build, but I reckon it'll take a bit of time, especially considering I've never built a Lego set in my life. So yeah, it should be fun, BwolfTheWolf. It's a bit of a different video. Don't know how long it's going to take me to build it though, and I'm not too sure what I'm going to talk about for like 2 or 3 hours. I can always think of stuff to talk about. I could probably spend 2 or 3 hours building a Lego Toolneck and probably just talking about games that are coming out soon, games that I hope come out one day, what I think certain developers are working on. There's a lot of stuff I could talk about. Just like in this playthrough, I'm going to have to think of a lot of stuff to talk about. Oh, steady. Went into the red then. Dave got a little bit over enthusiastic on his lawnmower and started going for it then. He thought he was in a Ferrari for some reason. You need to relax, Dave, mate. You've got to relax. We're going to be buying this bad boy. We don't want to break it before we even get it out of the shop. You feel like you're cutting grass for so long in this game, but you look at the timer and it's only been like 10 minutes. It's when you've got to do stuff like buy those trees. If this was a proper mission and we were doing all 90%, 99%, just getting around the trees and stuff like that and trying not to collide with them as you drive around them and trying not to leave too much grass behind so that when you come over with a strimmer, you ain't got to waste too much time. It's just little things like that that take time. And as you progress through the game, it becomes more and more challenging with more and more obstacles in the way. Great work. In a real contract, however, you will be expected to cut all the grass. That is a lie. When a contract has been completed, you now have to store your vehicle on the trailer and then interact with the pickup truck to leave the location. Okay. Just make sure you press square with this lawnmower and turn off your blades. Because if you get a little bit overexcited that you're done with the mission and you just drive onto the concrete, then you'll break your blades. And even if you break them at the end of the mission, they still will be broken and you will have to repair them and use money. And I think it's like 50 quid to repair your blades, and you don't want to be spending 50 quid. You don't really get that much money early on in the game. It's very stingy. You have to do a lot of work for very little money, probably because your reputation's so low. They've just hired you from some random leaflet you put through the door, and they don't trust you, so they're not paying you good money. A couple of £100, but for the job you need to do, it's definitely not a bargain. It's a bargain for them, but I'm being flipping ripped off. I love how he stands up from the lawnmower. Change cutting blades, £50. I don't need to change the cutting blades yet. Lovely jubbly. Look at this. Look at that. Just in case I don't get the next mission done. Look at that. Beautiful, ain't it? How long have we got? 9 minutes. Yeah, we ain't getting the next mission done. We definitely ain't getting the next mission done. We could probably start it though. Alright, so can I confirm my purchase? Yep. How much is this bad boy? 2,149 quid. Oh, Jesus. We're only going to have £800 left after. Okay, well, a mower is great for open areas of grass. String trimmers are perfect for lawn edges and cutting around obstacles. That is true. Unless you've got dodgy thumbs like me and you randomly cut down the tulips. Contracts require you to have a mower and a string trimmer to complete them. So you need to purchase a string trimmer now. Okay. I'm gonna go with this one. I know it costs more, but this one's a battery one. So I feel like this one might cost me less money in the long run, because if we use a petrol one, we're gonna have to refill it with petrol. And also the cutting width is bigger on this. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna have 371 quid left after this. We have no money left. This is the contract map where you see available contracts to select and start. Now your company is set up, select the contract button at the bottom of the map and open it for setup. Okay. So we're going to get £295 for this mission. The complexity is 1 star. Okay, so at this moment in time, we need to select an employee, and we can only select ourselves. But as you build up a reputation, build up your headquarters, and you hire employees, you can send them to do missions for you. But at this moment in time, we've only got me. I'm not going to read any of this. We don't need to. I already know what I'm doing. I think depending on what you're doing, you might need to bring certain vehicles with you, because I think certain vehicles might be needed for certain contracts. But at the moment, we've only got the basic stuff, so that's all we can pick. Okay, and we need to cut this grass between 5 and 6 centimetres, and we've got 4 minutes to check the ground to pick up all the crap so we don't break our blades. And I think it said my time limit was 26 minutes. I might make this video a little bit longer, possibly. We've got to cut 99% of the grass between 5 and 6 centimetres, 4 minutes to check the ground, and we've got 26 minutes to cut all the grass. Yeah, this is a relatively big bit of grass, to be honest. It's a very beautiful area, though. At the start of each contract, you have a small period of time to find and remove any object on the grass area that could either be damaged or damage your vehicle. You can choose to skip the ground check and have the obstacles automatically removed by interacting with your mower or equipment, but this will mean you don't earn money or RP. That's pretty good. I didn't know you could do that. I thought I had to go and pick up the stuff myself. I'm going to pick it up myself though, because I want that extra money, especially with how much I'm being ripped off in this early game stuff. How many things we got to find? 5. Jesus. Is that a tennis ball? Don't know what the hell that was. A newspaper, that would be fine. If we drove over a newspaper, the newspaper would just get mullered. Mind you, it would leave a load of paper everywhere, so that won't be good. I think that was a stick. Lovely. Alright. Okay, right. We've been recording for about 26 minutes. So this video might be a bit smaller than usual. I did say I was going to make it a longer video, but this will end up being nearly an hour long. So the render time will end up being like 12 hours or something, and I can't be dealing with that. So I'm going to end the video now, Wolf So yeah, thanks for watching, Wolf. Hopefully you've enjoyed this first episode of Lawn Mowing Simulator. And yeah, I recommend watching this playthrough when you're in bed, because I reckon this is going to be a pretty chill playthrough. Just me talking about random shenanigans and random stories, random games probably, and just cutting some grass. So yeah, it could be a pretty mellow playthrough. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Like, share, and join the pack today.